Don't do this on a ship or you're getting sent home. Being in the Merchant Marine is an awesome career path. It opens a lot of doors to adventure and excitement that not any other job can really give you. And it pays you very, very good, especially with someone with no experience, no college, straight out of school, maybe even someone who has some type of criminal background or some type of bad history in their past. They can get into this and still have an amazing life as a merchant mariner. Knowing this, knowing how great of an opportunity this is, you want to hold on to that. You don't want to lose it. There are many ways you can easily lose this amazing opportunity that you are given in the Merchant Marine. Today we're going to go over some of those simple, stupid things you can do to get sent home packing. And if the Merchant Marine sounds interesting to you, make sure to check out my community, Sailors Connect, where mariners from all over the world and myself will help guide you step by step to getting started on your Merchant Marine journey, to help you get your first job on a ship. Whatever you need, I am there to help you along with other mariners. You'll get jobs, courses, everything you need to start your journey. If that sounds interesting to you, check out my community, Sailors Connect, link in the description. So you just landed your first job at sea. But let me hit you with a reality check real quick. One simple mistake can get you sent home, blacklisted, never able to sail again. So I'm going to give you the list of the top things that will get you sent home as fast as possible. So hopefully you can hear them and avoid them when you finally do get on a ship, because this is a career you want to hold on to. It's an amazing opportunity. Don't go screwing it up by doing some of this dumb shit I'm about to go over. So this first one, pretty simple to understand and to not do, in theory. But this has to be one of the most ongoing things that I continue to see on ships why people get fired. Is just falling asleep when you're not supposed to be fucking asleep. Falling asleep when you're supposed to be working. Everyone should know you shouldn't do that. Do doctors fall asleep when they're doing surgery? Do firefighters fall asleep in the middle of a burning building? No. So why are we falling asleep at watch when we're supposed to be watching for other dangers out on sea? Or falling asleep on watch at the gangway when we're supposed to be the security of the ship, manning to see who comes on board, making sure no suspicious people come on board. Because there have been times, one particular time, when I was on the gangway, and this suspicious person was trying to come on board and say they had cargo to drop off. And I said, okay, let me see your paperwork. Let's go through it. Let's go through the process, make sure we got it all going. Shows me the paperwork. It just had like 3 words written on it. Very weirdly suspicious. So I call in the chief engineer, comes in to make sure everything's okay. There was nothing coming in from this guy. Everything seemed really strange. He was very insistent to come see our life rafts, to come see our lifeboat, to install this new equipment, but it's like, we didn't order that, and this isn't that. He was very anxious, and it was weird. So I made sure he didn't get past me. Step 1. Step 2 was me getting higher authority to come on board and make sure everything was okay. It wasn't okay. He had to get sent out of there. Something was strange about the whole situation. He left. Come to find out, he was doing this to other ships and he was an issue and he had to get escorted at the port. Moral of the story is, don't be falling asleep on fucking watch. Another example. We had this gentleman who was on watch, fire watch, fell asleep on fire watch. Fell asleep on the gangway when we were in a dangerous place. There were dangerous things going on. He got sent home. He got fired. He was asleep in very important situations when you need to be awake and aware of your surroundings. He was asleep. Actually, honestly, a buddy of mine fell asleep at the gangway not too long ago. He was out of there. He was gone. So don't fall asleep when you're supposed to be working. I feel like that should be really freaking easy to understand. Walk around, take some laps, do some push-ups, do whatever you gotta fucking do to stay awake and do your job. You're getting paid. Why are you asleep? Why are you asleep when you're getting paid. Just stay awake. Easy as that. For this next one, make sure to always clean up after yourself. Now, what I mean is, in every case scenario, clean up after yourself. You do a job, clean up after your workspace. In your room, we sometimes have monthly, weekly room inspections, whatever it may be, depending on the ship, depending on the captain. Make sure your room is clean at all times. Because, let's get more into story time here. I didn't personally see this, I heard this from an SA, who had to clean someone's room. And I shit you not, no play on words here. This person left literal shit on the toilet seat to the point where it was dried. It's been there so long that it was dried shit on the toilet seat. Now, it shouldn't be the SA's responsibility to clean that shit. Fucking ridiculous. That is your shit. You clean it up. Make sure to keep your area, your living quarters, your working quarters clean. We're all on the same ship. We're all living in the same place. Very tight quarters. So for you, for me, keep that shit clean. If you got greasy hands and you're touching all the bulkheads and the railings and you get handprints all over the fucking place, wipe that shit. Wipe that shit. Simple as that. This is our house as a crew. Make sure to keep it clean. Take your trash out. If you're eating food through the fucking hallways, don't leave a mess. Sweep it up. As I know for a fact, there have been slobs on ships, and they got sent home packing. I know they have got sent home packing, because they just never adjusted. They kept failing room inspections. They kept going into the mess hall, into the galley, covered in mud, when the steward kept telling him, keep that outside, change your shoes. Change your clothes before you come in here. You're bringing all this shit into my workplace where there's food, where people are trying to eat. Got sent home. So just be clean. Sanitary. Very important. Don't fight with higher authority on the ship. It's a chain of command. Respect the chain of command. If you're put in a dangerous situation, that's one thing. Make sure you're not in a dangerous situation. Make sure everything is okay. Everything is safe before you have to do what you gotta do. But respect the chain of command. And don't fight with them. More story time. There's endless stories as a mariner. I can promise you that. When you come out here, you'll have endless whack-ass stories. That is for sure. There's this guy who was continuously, over months at a time, arguing with the captain. They just had something going on. So much so that it led him to getting fired. Okay, he's fired already. Now, they were still arguing from the bridge all the way down to the gangway to get him getting off the ship. The captain was following him, which probably wasn't the right move by the captain, but he was. And they were arguing. He was escorting him out. Whatever was going on. I don't know. This guy turns around, clocks the fucking captain, busts his nose up. And that's a wrap. That's a wrap. Not only was he fired from that ship, he was completely blacklisted in the Union. No job would take him. No union hall would take him. That captain wrote his name on every fucking blacklist in every union hall. There was no way. His career was over. His career as a merchant mariner was freaking over. I don't know what the whole situation was, why they had so much beef, but he just ended his whole career. For all I know, he didn't have a great background. So without the maritime industry, I think his luck was out. And he was completely blacklisted. So don't fight with the higher authority. Respect the chain of command. And certainly don't punch the fucking captain in the face. Because this is a small, small community of mariners. The maritime industry is small. Everybody will learn about everything and everybody at some point. And if you have a bad rep, people will know you, ships will know you, captains will know you, and the word will spread. So don't be starting shit. Be respectful, be kind, keep to yourself, be a hard worker, be friendly. It's easy to be a merchant mariner. It's easy to live this amazing lifestyle as a merchant mariner. You just gotta be a good person. It's simple as that. Being a good, hard-working person will get you so far in the maritime industry. You'll have a long, successful career as a merchant mariner. And if that sounds interesting to you, and you want to work with me directly, make sure to check out my Community Sailors Connect link in description. Thing that I have seen people do a couple of times, which I just think is stupid, and it seems to catch up to them in time, is they think they can just skip out entirely on important events on a ship, like monthly, weekly drills. They just don't go. Mooring operations of the ship, they just don't go. It's like, what? What do you think? No one's going to catch on? You didn't show up to the fire drill? You didn't show up to the lifeboat drill? You didn't show up to when we were pulling the lines off the dock? What are you doing? Are you sleeping? Maybe. Maybe it's one of those guys. You're just hiding in your room? There's been a couple times when it's usually the same guy. I've seen it. He pulled it a couple times before he got fired. And honestly, it wasn't bad watching him go. This was just crazy. Every time there was a drill, every time we were doing mooring, something, he would show up every once in a while. But I would say twice, 3 times a month, he would miss out on an event, a big event. And we'd always say, where were you? Like, what's going on? We were calling on the radio, no answer. This is kind of a mandatory thing. Where have you been? He was on the toilet. On the toilet. He was seasick. He had the stomach bug, whatever it was. He wasn't feeling too good. His head was spinning, whatever. There was always an excuse. And it's like, yeah, okay, you get it. But it's only when these things are happening, it's only when we have to do a mandatory event. It's like, what are you thinking? This is when you have to be there. Go slack off when we're doing something else less important. Why are you hiding away when we're in the most important part of the day? It caught up to him. It finally caught up to him. He'd hold the drill. I know that one time the captain actually held the drill on purpose, just to see if he would show up or not, and he didn't. The captain went to his room, knocked right on his room. He didn't answer at first. Someone called his room, didn't answer. The captain was slamming on his door, yelling to him. He needed to open that door. Once he finally did, that was it. You're gone. You're gone. People catch on. When you don't show up, don't do your thing, people notice. And then other people have to pick up your slack. In a mooring situation, we need as many people as we can because there's a lot going on. We need help. When we're down a man, it screws us all up. It screws the whole system up. People catch on. The captain caught on, and he was gone. He was gone. The captain was waving him down the gangway. Bye-bye. Didn't miss him one bit. So, if you can simply avoid these things, you'll be a great merchant mariner. You'll have a great career in the maritime industry. You'll advance your way up, continue to make money, get to travel the world, go on great, awesome adventures, meet awesome people, be friendly, team player, and you'll have a great life in the maritime industry. And when you start your journey as a merchant mariner, which I hope it will be soon, I hope to see you out there and sail on.